What's going on, everybody? I got to figure out what's going on. Somehow this has been working, not like I want. What's going on? Y'all was just over there. I know what's up, Sir Ism. What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Lawrence D. Adams. Let me get into the shot right quick. Right quick. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get into the shot. Let's get this going. How's it going, chat room? What's going on? Hit the like and subscribe. What's going on, my good people? When you see MGP is my good people, my good brothers, my good sisters. All right, let me back up a little bit. What's going on? How are you doing? This is Lawrence D. Adams. And yes, I am live right now. Matter of fact, we're going to continue where we stopped off yesterday. So we're going to talk about how's everybody doing. Let me know how you're doing in the chat room on both sides. Cash App Lawrence D. Adams. That's right. Here we go. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. So you're going to get game on another level. So this is Lawrence D. Adams out here. So Sir Ism down in California. What's going on, playa? What's going on, Tish? What's going on, Sigma? What's going on, Jonathan? What's going on to the people in the chat room who's watching from the cloud? This is your man, Lawrence D. I'm going to close my shirt up a little bit. I don't want to, expose too much. But let's get it going today. Let's get it going. Let's drop some. What's going on, Dre? What's going on? Good energy. Going pen and notebook out. All right, that's what I'm talking on. What's going on, my bro? What's going on, Dre? What's going on, everybody in the chat room? What's going on today? Let me get this light on right quick. Whoop. Man, a little difference. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's going on today. This is Lawrence D. Adams. You see what I said? Daddy. So let's get it going today as we get into what we talking about. I was actually prior to this, I was doing some studying in one of my books about the importance, what's going on. Hit that like button. That's right. Hit that like button. Let me know. Hit the heart. If you over on Facebook, hit that heart. Hit that check. Let me know that you're there. Let's get this going today because this is another day. So we know when we talk about over here already, when we talk about game, we know that we're talking about strategy. And no matter what, the game has not changed in thousands of years because we know that game is just strategy. And whether you, like they were saying on Alfie and when Sir Ism on there, whether you have a jawline or whatever, how you looking, it doesn't matter if you have the game. You need to have the game inside of you. And so I think a lot of times what you hear many times is you hear in the cup, you don't see the ingredients that made the game. So what you do is you're seeing the finished product. So let me say that again. Many times you're just, hello? Okay, many times you're just getting the finished product of the game, but you don't see the ingredients that made the game or made that individual effective with men, with women, and women with men. So you don't see that part of it. And no matter what you say, whether you like the word or not, game is always being played. You got to decide if you're going to be played. Let me say that again. No matter what you like or what you may agree with, game is always what being played, whether you like it or not. Let me say that again. Game is always being played, whether you like it or not, on some kind of level. The problem is, what's going on, Ted? What's going on, people? What's going on, world? What's going on? The issue is whether you are going to be a participant. What's going on, Kathy? What's going on? Calling me by my other name. So the thing is whether you're going to play the game or not. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if it's with family. I don't care if it's dealing with whoever it is. The game is always being played. You got to decide whether you're going to be on the outside sitting on the wall, or you're going to be a participant and get out there and be inside of the game. Because there's too many people who have commentaries and have thoughts about the game, but have not got off the wall because they're wallflowers and actually participated in the game. You can tell when somebody knows how to dance versus a person who just decided to go out there and dance. That's just the game. Let me say that again. You know the difference when someone who knows how to get out there and dance versus somebody who just on the wallflower who stands up and criticizes everybody else for dancing. The same analogy works when it comes to the game. You got to know that there's always a point where you have to get out there and make it happen. Let's keep it 100. So yesterday we talked about boundaries, that you need to set boundaries. When it comes to the game, you have to set what boundaries. And many times, let me say this, like we talked about yesterday, you got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries for yourself. You got to set boundaries for other people, other situations. And we went on a little bit further yesterday, but I want to carry on today. What happens once you set the boundaries? What happens? You got to listen to yesterday's show to catch what I'm saying. What happens when you set boundaries? See, this is part of the game. See, the game always had boundaries. When we were talking to my dude Darren, who came in, who was a dancer, you realize there's different what? There's different boundaries within that dance. So what you got to understand, even with that, you got to understand what happens after you set the boundaries. I want to comb my beard so bad. I'm gonna do it right quick. Yeah. What happens once you set the boundaries? What happens once you set your boundaries? See, the game is always being played. You just decide whether you're going to participate. So the thing I want to get is, what happens once you set boundaries? See, the thing, once you set boundaries, there needs to be, once you set boundaries, there needs to be consequences and repercussions when the boundaries are violated. Let me say that again. There must be consequences and repercussions for anyone who violates your boundaries. And see, this is the step I'm sharing for men first, because this is the men's channel. Let me emphasize that again. It's called Recharging Manhood. So men need to step up and learn that there is consequences and repercussions. What? When you violate boundaries. I don't care where it is, in business, in life situations, there are consequences once you what? Violate. What's going on there? Feeling good today, Elliot? That's what I'm talking about. So there's what? There are consequences and repercussions for violating boundaries. See, the thing of it is, brothers, let me say this to you. If you never share with the woman that you first have boundaries, second of all, that she has violated the boundaries and that there will be consequences and repercussions for violating boundaries, how does she know? So a lot of you get mad at her and you don't even know she don't even know why you mad, because she's trying to read your mind. What's up with you? And you over there steaming and upset because she didn't violate your boundaries and you didn't even say anything. That's why it's so important when it comes down to the game. It's about straight communication. It's about telling it how it is. That's why it's so important. You must set boundaries. Set boundaries. There must be consequences if boundaries are violated. That's right. If you do not set boundaries, this is the game for real. Y'all want me to do this, tell you some magic trick and things like that? No. Anybody who's been in the game, I'm talking about life, knows that if you violate certain boundaries, guess what's going to happen? You're going to either be checked about it or you're going to be put back in your place. And what happens is we have a culture of men who have not decided to say, you know what? I ain't going for that. The reason why they're afraid to do that, because they think, and I'm saying this again, I said it yesterday, they think that if they enforce their boundaries and enforce the things that they say, that they're going to lose out on getting potential, you know what? In reality, you actually turn the woman on because she knows that you ain't nothing to play with. So all this goofy gang stuff that people be telling you, no. A woman wants, we said this yesterday, a woman wants a leader. She needs to know that if you have boundaries with her, you have boundaries with anyone else. And then within her boundary and within your boundaries, and if anybody violates that, she can feel protected. It's the sense of a lion. What a lion does is he throws his scent around a particular area. And when that lion and his pride are sitting chilling and he senses that somebody has violated his what? Okay, I definitely would do that. I definitely do. So If somebody violates his what? What's going on? And someone violates his what? His boundaries, he's going to take care of it. Does the pride have to worry? No, because they trust and believe in the lion that if someone crosses the boundaries inside of his territory, he's going to deal with it. And that's what we're missing in manhood. That's what we're missing with men talking about the game. See, what we happened when I understood it was is that we forgot the importance of setting. There was a code. There's certain things that you did and certain things that you did not do, and you did not what violate what anything. So let's go. Describe certain consequences if the boundaries are so certain consequences and if violating the boundaries that say a man set is determined on that man. Some men will not tolerate you crossing the boundaries. There will be maybe he'll give a he might say this. That was your first and last time ever doing that. What's going on, my brother? Motu. Let me say that again. So that's the thing. So this, right, be about it, back it up. So you got to understand. So if there's a violation of boundaries, a man needs to not only just talk about it, but be about it. But he has to know that was your first and your last time for doing that. It's not yelling. It's not hitting your hands on the woman. None of that stuff. It's that she knows in your tone that if you do that again, you're going to be tore up. Now, there's some women out there who were going to try you. Every woman wants to see how far, like a child. Last week, John we brought in yesterday, going to see how far they can go with you. But the thing of it is, once she know that you don't play and that you are not playing, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have her respect. So you want her respect. And many times why you're losing at the game is because you don't set any freaking boundaries. And there's no consequences for the boundaries. She needs to know that you ain't going to play like that. You're not being mean. You're not being you just ain't going to play like that. I don't play hanging up. Don't you hanging up? That's it. She needs to know without uncertain terms that for me, if you hang up on me, why are you calling me back? Why are we talking? Don't text. Just take your time, take your little purse, and see you later. You have to be so certain about that. Because if you do not, she's going to smell your what? Weakness. And her weakness is she's going to, like with anyone else, just not her, she's going to smell your weakness. And with anyone else, she's going to capitalize on your weakness. I'm talking, but y'all ain't hearing me. So let me say that again. So there is consequence. There must be some consequences for violating your boundaries. I'm not saying hit anyone. I'm not talking about verbally abusing anyone. I'm not none of those things. But it's a stern talk. Like when my sons try to violate the boundaries with me, there were consequences. I lowered my voice. My tone went down an octave. And I talked very slowly. Next time you do that, I will get you there faster than when you can ever believe that you can get there. In so many words, they knew that there was going to be some stiff consequences for violating my boundaries and doing what you did. Once people know that, they can respect you. See, the thing of it is, you talk about I'm a leader, I'm gonna be in the game, and I'm on that. I'm just no. None of that means nothing if people don't know and don't feel that when you cross the boundaries, you're gonna get ate up. I had a friend I used to work with when I worked at General Motors, and he worked across from me. And one of the things we used to talk about life and stuff like that. And somebody said his father taught him, you got to know how to bite and blow. I said, bite and blow, man, what kind of stuff like that? What he was saying is you got to know how to let it be known that you got teeth. And if they want to feel those teeth and they have to feel those teeth, bite them a little bit and blow. And what that means is she got to know that there's consequences to whatever, consequences to whatever you're doing. And most people don't want to, nobody wants to deal with that. But I'm trying to do something at the same time. Okay, shoot. Consequence, you lose my immediate support. John, you want to jump up? You can. They are going to see how far they can go if you don't set healthy boundaries in the beginning. Correct. And that's what people don't get. You have to set healthy boundaries, but you got to set them. That's part of the game. Let's talk about. See, that's why people got the game completely messed up. Because they're giving you just do anything, you do this, but you never see game starts with you. So we know whether we talk about boundary starts with you, but what happens after you said there must be consequences. If you don't have any consequences, guess what? They're never going to respect you, and your game is going to be ineffective. When it comes to business, there's consequences when you take money that doesn't belong to you. There's consequences when you sleep with somebody else's wife. There's consequences when you do things that you shouldn't have done. There are consequences. That's what we're afraid to enforce those consequences with individuals who violate that. There's consequences if you come on my channel talking crazy in the chat room. My moderators will jump on you, delete you, and take you out by the collar. All the moderators, please, moderators in there, please let me know if that's the truth. I don't even have to say it because I don't take. You come up here talking on this platform, you will be corrected, checked, and let go. That's how life is. That's how life is, and let go. So people don't realize that if you come on this, let me say this again, if you come on this platform talking crazy, doing things that you should not do, guess what's going to happen? My moderators will take care of you. They will take you by the collar, take you and delete your comment, and take you, exit you stage left, because there's consequences on my platform on how I run things and what I say. You start talking all this craziness, you're out. See, people don't realize that applies to every part of your life. That's the real game. Pimps know, let me say this. Pimps know what? If you don't come back with that money by 2:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, there's going to be some consequences. Because the boundaries were set. You need to come with $1,000 by a certain time, baby. I know you got something to say, John. I'm just, I'm in my flow. Push the buttons.
Well, I mean, it's simple. I mean, immediately when people would direct themselves toward the word consequences as, almost like violence, or they would consider consequences something negative. No, it's a teachable moment. And what happens is, it's sort of like when you go to another country and they produce nuclear substances and threaten the world. What do we do immediately? We would make sure that we would sanction them. So I would say consequences are more like sanctions, in the fact that you will limit your access to. You're gonna get your access limited, and it happens on your channel. It happens in life. It happens in relationships. If you cross somebody the wrong way, hey, you're gonna end up not being in communication with that person maybe for a day or two. You may even be denied access to the bedroom. It happens. These things happen because as soon as there's a violation of these boundaries we're talking about, we all immediately feel like we need to distance ourselves from the person, because you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have made that violation. You shouldn't have, so the consequences is more so what I put in the chat room. You lose my immediate support, which means anything that we had together that was, friendly and good, guess what? That's off the table right now. And you got to earn that back. You got to put yourself in a position where we could trust each other again because you violated my boundaries and you put yourself in a position. And if I don't make you feel like what you did was wrong, you'll continue to do it without even any regard. And
That
that's the true definition of disregard is no regard.
so that's why we're talking about it. What happens beyond boundaries? There has to be some kind of set consequences for anyone who violates your what? What? There has to be some kind of there has to be some kind of what? Something of consequence. If not, why are you even have the boundary set up? Do you know what I mean?
And it's unfortunate that we all, kind of like steer ourselves to, something almost terrible happening, but that's not really the case. You know, um, to be honest with you, not, a lot of people are not going to believe this, but I think my mom only slapped me one time my whole life. One time. And it scared the living daylights out of me because she never did that before. My mother always had her level of consequences was basically what I just said, sanctions. You got your privileges taken away. You can't go outside this afternoon. You're gonna. Oh, my mother knew. She knew the best punishments in the world. She used to in the summertime. She used to put a card table out on the porch and make me and my brother sit and write in a diary all the things that happened for that day in detail, and we could not leave that porch to go play until we did our diary entry. And then if the sun went down, you can't go out at all. That's, to me, that's worse than getting a slap in the face. That's worse than getting the feel. Oh, she's gonna hit me. No, what my mom used to do was she used to punish us with education.
You think you're gonna be smart? Ain't gonna get you.
We used to have to copy whole chapters out of the dictionary.
People don't see. These people don't teach that. Don't even do that. What we have now is we have a violation of people. We have people who don't set boundaries, and we have people who don't keep the boundaries by setting consequences for violating those boundaries. So we have a people who are run amok on YouTube, on Facebook, who think that you can just do anything just because you're big enough and bad enough to do it.
Yeah,
I got smacked, man. I got smacked. I remember I was I was at Woodworth.
Oh yeah,
I was at Woodworth, and my sister, she was little. She was a hand baby, and me and my brother was cracking up laughing at her because she was little, and she probably don't want me to tell the story. But anyway, she was that little. She made a mistake and used the bathroom on herself. So we cracking up. I mean, loud. My mother went, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, God darn. Because she had to go get another outfit for my sister, change her, get another outfit. And we still, I never forgot that we got that. I mean, it's like she just, I don't know when the baby powder came out, but she was like, I was like, geez, Louise, you know what? Forgive me for laughing at my sister.
You knew that. You knew the boundaries that day.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I sure did. I learned that day. She did. She had a mean backhand. But the thing, even with my father, it was a different story. He'd talk you. He would talk. He'd sit in his gold. He had a gold chair, and he would sit there. So tell me what happened during the course, like you said, the course of the day. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. So do you think you should get a whooping or should you be talked to? Oh, man, I just want the whooping. I'm tired of talking.
See, you got both sides of the aspect in your parenthood, and that's probably why you know how to set what boundaries you have right now, and you know what would be a violation right now. And that's the thing. Nobody's saying any one was working better than the other. We know we're in a sensitive time right now, so we can't really talk about hitting. We can't really talking about what some of that five finger teaching would do, what the belt would have did. Some people needed that. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you ain't never gonna learn. Just whip they behind. And but for other people, right now, especially the ones who did get that kind of teaching, they not doing that to their kids. And what happens is they get you, they putting that, they actually leaving themselves open to what discipline really should be about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, it didn't happen to be for my mom, but definitely my big brother. And for me, that predicated for me not doing it at all to my kids. I've never laid a hand on my kids, but I have some of those well-behaved children. And I'm not just saying that, oh, you got well-behaved, everybody always says that. No, for real. Because I will sit down and talk to my kids, and they will have definite consequences that far outreach a slap across the face, far outreach a spanking. They got privileges that they enjoy that none of their friends have. You know what I'm saying? My kids could go shopping on Amazon with their own debit cards. They had their own phone. They could go and leave when they please. They have a lot of freedoms. But guess what? I could tighten the reins. I could immediately, shut down that internet. I could immediately turn off those cards. I could immediately put you in a position of a huge stronghold so that you understand that you lost my support. You lost my support, and now those are the consequences, and you have to go for the time I want you to let it go for.
I'm singing the flow. Whoop that chick. Whoop that. But you know what the thing of it is too? Why this is so important to the game is because of this. People get into relationships or deal with the opposite sex and don't realize there's consequences there are boundaries first. Second of all, there are consequences within the relationship when you violate that. I heard something, we had to talk offline about it.
Oh yeah. Think about it like this, and this is why we have to make a clear distinction what we're talking about here, because we know there's different forms of communication. There's a lot of different ways to impose how you feel about a situation, and we want to let you know that not all situations end in violence, not all situations end in physicality. I could literally give you the cold shoulder tomorrow, and if you valued my participation in your life, that would be enough. And if you don't value it, I'll stay away, because you know why? You didn't value it. I don't need to be around you. That's what you said earlier.
That's interesting, because they said the best, and she brought this in, since I'm always talking about pimps and quoting pimps, but it's so important. I say this, something that's so important. The realest, coldest pimps never touch their women. They never smack them. They never hit them. What they do is because of the mouthpiece that they have, and they know the consequences of getting what he's going to say, or the things that he, like you said, will take away. They don't violate those. They make sure they never get into violation with him. The problem is inside of our culture today, we have not instilled, because people forgot when they were younger, didn't experience consequences for certain things. So when it comes to the game, they don't realize that you have to set boundaries, but you have to set consequences for yourself, but also for those who violate your boundaries. And that is the truth of the matter. And so I can give you the sugar-coated. There you go. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. You got to put them on ice.
Yeah.
Just let them. I said, send them to Iceland with a snowsuit and some Uggs with no mittens, and get back to them.
Yeah, and that's really the proving grounds for whether they value a relationship or not. Mm-hmm. If you put somebody on ice and they go off of their merry way like nothing happened, and they didn't really get a punishment or something like that, then that means they don't really value the relationship. They don't value your interaction with you, and they feel like they can replace you fast enough. Anybody who feels like that volatility is within the communication that you have at that current moment, you got to get rid of them. They're going to go. They have to go.
And see, that's the thing. In the game, she said the magic word. I've been trying to avoid it, but this is it. You will tell where your value stands if you put them on ice.
Absolutely.
You would tell. See, the thing of it is, when it comes to the game, you got to know when to activate the refrigerant and put them in the freezer. You got to know when to do that. And they got to know that you will do it at a drop of the hat.
Exactly. I put some people on ice. If they don't respect my presence, let them respect my absence. I ain't dealing with arguing. I refuse to amplify. And that's true. What you fight, you ignite. And you should never try to put yourself in a position where if I have to now argue my point, then you already don't get it. So your absence speaks louder than words, or your silence is speaking louder than words because you feel that this person isn't even worth the argument.
In the words of the professor, the most profound, Dr. Henry Clark. Look him up, Dr. John Henry Clark. I debate with my equals, and all others I teach.
Mhm.
And many times you have to become the teacher because it's not even worth the what? The debate.
Exactly. Now everybody on this channel needs to go back and go look. What kind of argument did I get in the last time? Did I commit an offense and all of a sudden I got the cold shoulder? Did the person want to discuss with me what happened? Did the person try to bring to light and I was ignorant of their suggestion? You got to now go evaluate what did you go through. Depending on how you were treated in that particular situation, depends on it will show you what level of maturity you're at, as well as the person you're with.
Mm-hmm. So that's what most people don't get. You if y'all understand how serious it is, this applies to business, this applies to school, this applies to any kind of social interaction that you have with other people. They got to know that there is a line in the sand and you bet not cross it.
Guess what? The last time you got ghosted, guess what? You crossed the line.
Mm-hmm. Wonder Twin power activate. I'm activating my backup plan. You heard damage control. I have.
You see?
Well,
Pull out the sisters. See, the point is the problem with that is, are we really learning the lesson, or are we just trying to get back? And that's the thing. Listen, we could always. I love makeup, anything, what you want to call it, activities or whatever you want to call it. I love the fact that even after an argument, there could be some type of resolution. That's not actually what we're talking about, but the resolution is fun. We're not saying it isn't, but what I could say is that what you need to do is pay attention to what happens during those situations. Some people, and I'm telling you this, LDA, you might even, you might recognize this in some of the people that you've helped. Some people, when they get into a bad situation with somebody, what do? They jump to the next person. They don't leave them. They put them on ice, and during that ice period, they're in an ice hotel with somebody else.
well. Because
the punishment that they're getting is not even divulged. They don't even tell them what their punishment is. It's like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're just the way you are. You're never going to change. And all of a sudden, they disappear for a little while and come back and say, well, I'm back. Forgiveness is in place. And you don't know. They could have brought back a whole other president. You're going to find out from the doctor.
Right. Cheating in the living room. So definitely. So you can come with the twin powers all you want. It's an ice hotel, yeah. And y'all know what it is. But the thing of it is, so important when you realize people are going to respect you and value who you are when you set boundaries, but when you have consequences for violating your boundaries, regardless of how big or small it is. We're not talking violence. We ain't talking about put your hands on anybody. We ain't talking about that. But this the thing. Let me go back to that thing about tension. Because she said something that's power. I think people say, I want to get one or two powers activated. Okay, I get all that. Let me say something about that. Sometimes, can I go LDA a little bit after dark? Is it okay? Let me activate that a little bit. So sometimes, we always do this around this time, after 1 o'clock. So sometimes she may violate the boundaries to produce what? the tension that's needed inside of her body, so that when you do make up, I think y'all were talking about that, it's not just bland mayo sex, but it's now hot jalapeno sex.
Those ladies are gonna get upset right now. You're giving away their secrets.
She wants to know, sometimes a woman will poke the bear because he's been in hibernation too long, and she needs to feel your masculinity.
Yeah. Your purpose. You know what? That's very, very true. Sometimes it's like they want the side of you that's not tame. Sometimes they don't. I'm not saying they want, the negative side of the aggression, but the positive side, and the way to draw it out is in a healthy argument or a healthy debate. We call it, argument sounds too negative, but a healthy debate. Sometimes those healthy debates, maybe a politic situation, maybe a family member you don't like, maybe somebody that you saw in a movie or on the TV, get you into a healthy debate. And then all of a sudden that night, everything's different. You know why? Because she set the tone to do that. She knew how to pull the trigger. She knew how to poke the bear. And guess what? The cage was left open.
Oh my God! I gotta, boy, I gotta get some shots.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad, Tisha. I saw what you just did in that room.
Ooh, yeah. Wow, LDA and John, y'all let the women's secret out. Right. She will poke the bear to get what?
Want that next level.
She want the next level. So we teach, see, y'all think y'all was, LDA is going to just talk the method. He's going to talk the science of the game, and he's going to break down. See, they always miss after 1 o'clock. I think it always turns. Always.
She don't want the up and down anymore. She wants the circular. Man, you can keep it PG and say all kinds of stuff. Everybody understand exactly what you mean, right?
Right. Well, all right. This is the thing. This is good because it's all playing and play. See, the game is what said it's just strategy. Cool. So what you didn't realize, what she did was what? Work the game on you to get the bear to come out of the cage so that she can get the next level of what she's been looking for.
Yeah, there's a big difference between motion and gyration, right? Huge difference.
It's a song by Diana Ross. I don't know if you know this song. It says, upside down.
You turn me.
Inside out. Round around. Upside down, you turn to me. You giving love explicitly. Anyway.
A lot to be said there. A lot to be said there.
Yeah. So we're saying it in such a way that help you get it, guys. So you got to realize what she's doing. She's giving you the what? We're giving you the blueprint to what they do. So she wants the what? She wants the what? Around. See?
It's the most emojis I ever seen in the chat room.
I know, it's emoji central. She wants the bear. See, the thing of it is, too many of you guys are too tame. And you're lost. You have not allowed to drop down. So she wants the man. She wants to feel your masculinity on multiple levels. But sometimes what she'll do is she'll violate your boundaries to get, let me say that again, so that the bear, you said it perfectly, Jono, to get out of the what?
Cage.
Get out of the cage. Boy, you turning me inside out, round and round. They ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for this. This all time.
We went from making it a problem to almost making it a solution.
All right. That's very true.
Y'all thought this was gonna be all negative. Oh, you better not talk about my consequences and my boundaries. No, we're talking about maybe when you stretch the boundaries, you get a little bit more than what you expected.
Because she wants, oh yeah, she wants that tension that she can only get from a masculine man in his masculinity, colliding, sliding, dipping into her femininity.
Absolutely. See, and she's smart enough to know. She knows the difference between an argument and a debate. You put a debate out there, it'll be something real simple. You put some real slick stuff out in the universe, and guess what? You got the guy thinking, what were you talking about earlier? You know, all of a sudden they'd be like, we're gonna fix this right now.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be what you expected, that healthy interaction later, as opposed to an argument that would be designed to keep you apart.
Watch the game. We just give you the game right there. It's like I remember I was learning to play the bass guitar. So you got to make sure the strings, you got to make sure you tighten the the string
You
to
you have to tune each knob.
You got to tune each knob. You got to make sure you have a pick, and if you use a pick or use your thumb, but it got to be the right tension to get the right note. And what happens is some of you guys are not hitting the right note with her because you haven't built the right amount of what? Tension.
Yeah.
Glide, slide.
If it's not right, then the friction won't. You got too many musical terms and technical terms.
Right. I hope it don't go over nobody's head.
I gotta go get me a dictionary. Hold on. What's happened with the
glide, slide, collide, slide, and femininity? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slide right into her.
Everybody wants a certain result when it comes to their communication, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably the master at deviating from the obvious when it comes to these arguments and stuff like that, because I know exactly what the hell is going on, and I'll take it right to the edge. I like going right to the edge. I will play dumb like you wouldn't believe, to the edge, to the point where somebody got to hold up a poster like, dude, are you paying attention? Like, because I want a certain result. I want to see if what I'm getting from you is the truth. And the only way to get the truth is to take you right to the edge.
Let me say something that's very powerful, and most people don't know this. This is because this applies to what we're talking about, game, and what happens after you set the boundaries. A woman needs to know. We talk, and this is line where we think about the end part of this. She needs to feel that you're not going to always agree with her. And I'm not saying this being disagreeable just to be disagreeable, but that you can stand on your 2 feet and hold your own. Now, she, like you said, she might go back with you and say, well, I don't agree with that. What happens is that amount of tension right there in between there, it opens for you to slide into her femininity in such a way that no other man has.
It's true.
Because most men are trying to placate to the woman instead of opening the door and walking straight in, sitting down on the couch in her femininity and painting the room.
Jesus. Well, that's another statement, isn't it? I'm gonna give you. Let's give him another secret. The lady's gonna get mad again. Time to get mad again. Sometimes a woman would love to know that you are on the opposite side of a thought, because some guys don't give a where they stand in the first place. So sometimes it's the most sexiest thing to see where a person stands and have a point and an opinion about anything. And that makes them look even more sexy. Not the fact that they didn't agree with you or did agree with you, but the fact that you stand for something.
I wish I had a hallelujah. I got to find a hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. That's it right there. If you guys don't,
you're not gonna roll with all my opinion just because you want to get in the drawers or something like that. No, I stand for this. This is what I'm about. And if you don't like it, that's cool. We can disagree. That doesn't mean we're not going to be able to communicate. But guess what? This is what I stand for. And you know what? the attractive meter goes way up at that point because they're like, wow, this brother stands for something. Even though I may not agree, I like where the fact that he could stand for something.
That was the attractiveness of Muhammad Ali. That's what say even what say you were to take a part away from there. That's what saved his life when he had to fight a particular boxer. I think it might have been in Miami because the mafia wanted to get him because he stood for something. You men, if you what is it saying? If you don't stand for nothing, you fall for everything.
You'll fall for anything.
Anything. And a woman needs to know that you will not fall for anything. And the thing of it is, once again, that attractor meter, what goes up to the next level. Uh-oh. John, a man that stands on what he means is certainly sexy. Let me comb my beard on this.
I'm more like scratching it.
We get tired of the same old lines, the same things I never heard. Catch my mind, and the rest will follow. In the words of somebody else we know, get the mind and the behind what follow.
Listen, if you have an opinion about something, that means you're a leader. That means you have your own self-imposed thought about it. You have your own way to go, your own direction. And sometimes, not that women want to follow you that way, they just know that maybe that direction may be better than what they were thinking. Or the other way around. Maybe you may have your own thought about something, but she may have an opinion and might have a better direction too. It all comes by the example. But if she has a better direction of going somewhere, you might trust her more. That's what makes the give and take in the interaction of humans best. Okay? It's not about you being right or wrong. It's about the fact that what's best for the situation. And if you don't have your own opinion about it, how can you bring something to the table?
Brothers, this is called recharging manhood. Set your boundaries. Once you set your boundaries, have consequences. Understand the game that woman will try to play on you. I had to go back to that bear example. I don't know why. That is the best for me. I don't know why. That is the best because guys don't realize it because they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and tricked to believe that a woman doesn't want that side of a man. And actually, they are starving. I don't care how much money, how many degrees she has, where she's staying at. At the end of the day, she want to do like this. She want to smell the wild, untamed bear outside of the cage. She wants that. They may pretend and say on around what the girls club, no, I don't want that. But in reality of it, close that door. Close that bedroom door, and guess what happened?
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Even in my personal situation, me personally, my challenge, I love when I get presented with something challenged financially, because when something comes financially challenged and I meet that challenge, to me, it's like it's a major accomplishment. I've met a goal. It immediately goes to my libido. It immediately goes to my libido. When I have a financial challenge that is not met, it's like I cannot get to anything else until those things are met. And when they're met and they're satisfied, then guess what? Then I have a chance to reward myself. You see what I'm saying?
That's something you're interested in saying. What's got red pill chauvinist? Dude, raw bear. That's right. Her. You know what it is. That's my dude. Motu. Boundaries. But there's something you said that there's an energy when there's a challenge that you're facing and you're fighting for it. The woman, I've been saying, I say I grab behind closed doors with women. The woman, hold on, I like LD After Dark. Women's secrets need to be told. Yeah. I like the LD After Dark kind. So it's something, you said something. When a man is say facing a challenge or he's working towards a particular goal, and it's an energy around that man. And what happens is the woman wants to tap into that energy. And what she may do is take a straw and siphon some of that energy that you have from you so that she can feed off of.
It's true. It's true. I'm telling you, it's the sexiest thing you can emit is your ability to win, right? Say she follows you to a basketball game you're playing, right? And you happen to be on the winning team. It's like almost like an instinctful action that particular night you're gonna be the winner too again.
Let me tell you something, man. This is
No
something.
matter how tiring the game was, you're still gonna be the winner. But if you lost that game, y'all might be talking for a little while before something happens. If she makes you feel, coddles you in the loss, then that's not going to train your ability to win. You see what I'm saying? So women got to be very careful what you coddle. Don't just coddle the losses. Make sure there's a conversation behind it where you both learn whenever there's a loss, because you want to reward winning.
Ooh, and everybody wants a winner. Please understand. Please, let's stop right there. Every woman wants a winner on some level, not just winning at your video games, but winning on some area of life. She can smell it, sniff it out, and knows when you're winning, or even on the cusp of winning, conquering something. It turns, if you want to know what turns a woman on, that scent of that wild tame bear who's winning at getting that salmon that's going the opposite way up the stream.
It's true. The pheromones are strong at that moment. A winner will get the reward. Don't coddle losses. You coddle losses, that means they'll get. It's like having dopamine ejected everywhere. No way, no control, no reason. You should be rewarding winning, not coddling losing. You know what? You know exactly what I mean by coddling. Don't do the same actions you would do when somebody's winning when they have a loss, because you're supposed to learn in your losses, not be coddled.
If this is making sense to you, let me know in the chat room. Let me know in the chat room this is making sense to you. Because we could be giving this game that we expose some women stuff. It might not be over your head. Let me know if this is making sense to you, that you grasping what we're saying. Because y'all thought it was gonna be, oh, he's gonna talk about the setting boundaries. Y'all didn't know he was gonna go to LDA After Dark and talk about
pushing the limits.
Push to the limits. All right, this makes sense to you. Let me know. Let me know in the chat room that this making sense to you. This will help you advance your game to the next level. Women, this will help you understand what kind of men you need to be choosing.
And I'll tell you this: nothing's more sexy to me than when I have to look at my wife witness a win. When she gets a win, to me, there's nothing more sexy than that.
He says, I'm ATM starting to experience more expressive parts of women when I start winning as a ding, 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 ding. Dude, you're my son's age, my youngest son's age. Yes, it's something about a winner. It's making sense to me. Wow,
the best thing you could do is observe. You at the age where you should be observing everybody 5 years, 10 years, 20 years above your age. Look at the commonalities between them and their relationships. That way you can determine and make your own assessment what to do in your relationship. You're a very young man and you're on the right road if you follow the teachings of wise men and women. That's what you should be doing.
You said something, John. I'm man, shoot, we got 4 minutes. God dog. But you said something, man. Jesus Christ, you said it. I can't go past it. Catch the salmon, Big Bear. Mama Bear has a reward for you.
Yo.
Well.
1 o'clock in the morning? Is this 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
All right. But I'm gonna tell you something that's cool. I'm gonna tell you something. I can't speak for every man. I can only speak for me. You said it. There's something when I see a woman that's winning. It is a turn on when a woman is about her business. Who is dressed to the nine, who had her hair done, nails done, pumps on, pumps off, pumps on, off. Anyway. You caught that?
Wait, pump step up to get
Pump to get up to get better.
whoa.
Whoa, player. But it's nothing sexier when a woman. See, y'all keep choosing women who ain't no good, who ain't doing nothing, and so that you're not getting. Can I say it? I'm gonna say it my way. It is. My mama might be listening. The phallus is not excited because you're dealing with a loser woman.
It's true.
Let me say that again. You're not excited on a level because you're dealing with a woman who rather settle for crumbs than get on top of the table. I gotta be careful, man, because my imagination just went somewhere. Get at the top of the table and go for hers.
It's true.
Y'all don't get that. So y'all keep choosing, these girls ain't no good. You keep choosing low-hanging fruit instead of getting women who are about their business, who can know how to be about their business, but know how to be sexy at the same time, who will walk in the door, drop her purse down.
Go to beer.
And bear the bear.
I want the bear too. The bear could be like 4 times a week. Don't matter if you want the bear.
Y'all don't understand. Please understand this. Y'all don't understand this. If you understood you said it right. If she's completely about her business, she will be magnetic. It is magnetic. I'm not talking about a woman that's trying to be masculine. I'm talking about when she's in her femininity.
In her femininity and her elements. Nothing's
what?
I'm telling you.
What?
She comes home from work with a promotion, comes home from work with a project finished, job well done. Guys will right away. Yo, we going out. Let's go out. Get your coat. Get the car. We're gonna take the coupe out tonight. We're gonna go to the nice restaurant. We're gonna celebrate because you should celebrate a win. And that night ain't over until somebody poked the bear. Anyway.
That is our saying on here. If anybody know we talk about that, we just coined something right there about poking the bear. Nobody knows about what we're talking about. Dude, y'all got me at 29. That's why I'm here to know about myself and to know the game and get women that has no kids in Georgia all over the world. All right, that's your goal. Well, that's on you. That's good, Ted. A woman can show love. A woman can show you love after a car accident, but give you a sense of keeping you strong more than babying you or word you, my brothers, you're using coloring is not familiar with in time. Right. So I'm gonna tell you something. I remember it's funny you said I was in an accident. And I can't share that's LDA After Dark. I was in a car accident with someone I was dating with. So we went to the hospital. And this day, when the nurse left out, the bear needed to play. Anyway, oh boy. He said, "Don't help me, help the bear."
E40. That's E40. You're right.
Right. Please understand what I had to go past that story because there's so much to it. Anyway, wow.
You sure that's not how you got in the accident in the first place? Anyway, okay, let me stop.
Well, all right. Thank you, Constant Cooper. Dr. Cooper, I see ya. Yeah. Great conversation because we were talking about poking a bear. I mean, we're talking about setting boundaries. What happens after you set?
What is the boundary you set? Poke the bear.
Yeah, right. She texted the thermometer. He said,
whoa.
She checked the thermometer.
Well, that's right. She does. She has to check to see what temperature it is before women do like hotter showers than men. So,
Yeah, it's places you can put a thermometer. But anyway, we're going. Let's get to
It's
a
gonna be
kid.
a show of inferences.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's so. The phrase for the day, poke the bear. I got it. What
Poke,
is?
poke the winning bear.
Oh boy, LDA and Jello, y'all some wild bears today. Yes, poke the bear. Woo wee. Thank you both. I got back and rewatched and get the full lesson. Yes, go back and listen to the full lesson because there's so much being said. Actually, so much being said that your conscious mind is not going to catch, but your subconscious mind is going to be like grab a hold to it and lock onto it, and it's gonna affect your life. I promise you. We said some things that went, but internally, oh, you caught it. That's why I said more is caught than taught.
It's true. It's true. The first time you listen to it, you're gonna catch the surface. The second time you listen to it, it's gonna go a little deeper. Third time you watch it, it's gonna go a little deeper. And then you're gonna be like, wow, is this LDA after dark?
The bear has showed up. This the year of the bear. So let it
Started off with lions and we ended it with bears.
Right. Let me do something. I gotta find something now. We gotta before I even go there, we gotta find out what is the number of a bear, because that's gonna be the number. Gotta find out the number of a what? How would I do that? Because that's gonna be the number. That's you, bro.
Yo, sorry about that. This phone. I don't know. I turned it off.
I don't know why I'm having a turn. Come on, man. Let me see if I can get that. God, they're not giving me a number. They give me the call if you see a bear. You know what I'm saying? Give me a number. I need a bumper. Oh my God, it's not giving me that number. You know what I'm looking for, right?
Not exactly.
Numerology. Okay. What I'm Googling now. So yeah, Google. I'm Googling. Poke the bear is the number. Trying to look for that. What is the number? They asked me if I need a bear. This is not what I'm going on. But okay. So today, thing, there's no number today. Can we switch up for today?
There's no number. Gotta be a number.
Gotta be a number. Bear. Okay, this is man, it's not giving me what I'm looking for. I would say that number, but everybody would be like, oh boy. The number is going to be 112.
112.
One.
As soon as you said 112, something immediately jumped on me on an R&B song.
The number today is 112. Salute, brothers. What's going on, Alfie? What's going on, bro? The number today is 112. When you put 112, put bear.
112, poke the bear.
112. Your guys are getting it. A bear
has people in chat like, what is this?
I know they have no clue what's going on. A bear is master. You did 53 yesterday. Yeah. So 12 is today. So 12. Bear is 9. Thank you, Teach. That's it. Bear is 9. Thank you. You know what I was looking for. Salute. So yeah. So anybody know what we're talking about? You have to listen to the whole thing to know what we're talking. Yeah, bear 112. 12, 1 bear, 12. Yeah. Yeah, everybody know. Yeah, there you go. Not teddy bear. We ain't talking about teddy. We're talking about a real bear, black bear, brown bear. Not a
lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
Lions, tigers, bears. Woo!
Remember, you started off at the beginning of the show talking about a lion. Remember?
Yeah. Setting boundaries. What happens after you set the boundaries? You might run into the bear. The bear will, you might get to see the, let me say this again for those in the back of the classroom who didn't take notes. She wants to know, she will poke the bear to open the cage to what? Oh Lord, they talking about peaches and pieces.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. When you put 112, like, you talking about 112 peaches and cream?
Peaches and cream.
Woo, peaches and cream.
Peaches and cream. Wow, I forgot about that song.
Peaches and cream. What did you turn this show into?
Started to LDH behind the sheets dot. Oh my God. We talk about
this BET 3 a.m. BET now.
This BET after dark. Oh my. Peaches and cream. Peaches and cream. I like that song too. Anyway, so you know what? I'm gonna tie it in all together. So let me tie this in. So if you poke the bear and he gets out the cage, right? The first thing he's want to do, normally bears when they're out of hibernation, they're hungry. So why wouldn't he go for the peaches and cream? Well, I'm just saying, you know, they normally go after honey, but you know, when it's 112, there's peaches and cream.
Could be peach flavored honey.
Yeah. Peaches and cream. Well, we got to end this show because I went past the time. We done
went into a whole other stratosphere of commentary
that you may not be ready for.
We just found we got 18-year-old here. We got to calm it down.
Yeah, right. I got to remember my son may be listening. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and a comment after the show. Put a 112 and the bear in the comments after the show. Only you and I would know what that is. You might even put peaches and cream. Nobody else will know what that means. They'll have to listen to the show to the end to get what we're talking about. And this is Lawrence D. Adams, and yo, we are out. I'll see if it comes up this time. Let's see if it comes up. See, this thing runs.